Hey, listen, listen. Hey, listen. Man, I got to tell you something, fellas. Men, at what point are we going to admit? At what point are we going to admit that the strong silent identity is not protecting you? It's not working. It's no longer the thing. It's no longer the reason to hold on to silence as a strength, unless it's unless it's saving your butt because you done something that you need to be quiet about, right? Other than that, man, we've been talking to you guys for weeks around it, and you already know I qualify to be able to come here and tell you about this. It's time, right? It is keeping you trapped. It's keeping you trapped in the very loop that you want to get out of, right? And that mirror moment that we're going to talk about today is going to help you understand that you can break through it. So, I'm just here for just a couple of minutes just to close out. We've talked about three different things around the mirror moment, kind of the awareness part. First, most critical piece of any change is identifying what's really, putting a name to what's really going on with you. Right? Take away the excuses, put a name to it, then take a look at yourself. Take that outer body experience. Take a look at how you behave, what triggers you, right? What takes you from that happy and joyous and free attitude, that confident, right? Externally, just killing it, A-type personality to where you fall apart. When in the critical times, critical conversations, man, and that's what we're here just to kind of remind you of. There is a way. I need to check something really quickly here as we get to this, but making sure you hear me. I'm out of my office right now, and I want to make sure that you can hear me, and we may get interrupted, but hey, that's what we do. I told you guys I would be here today to kind of pull this piece together. So bear with me as we check some things here. And man, I got to tell you, there's still nothing more important. Fellas, I'm going to say this real slowly. There's nothing more important than you standing in your truth, identifying the fact that vulnerability, the identity that you have is not, it's missing a link, baby. It's missing something that's critical mass to what you need to really have to be complete, man. Right? I mean, I'm just saying, hey, you know what I'm talking about, what has silence been costing you that money can't buy? You've been dumping money into it. You've been dumping trips into it. You've been dumping houses, cars, right? Vacations, all of these things, man, but you still find yourself stuck in times when it's most important, when she needs you the most. Oh man, I remember when I was unaware of the fact that I was doing the very same thing that I'm talking to you about, unaware of the damage I was causing myself and everybody that was associated with me around this silent treatment, this refusal to take a look at the power of vulnerability, to take a look at the power of being honest without conditions, right? I mean, all the things that we are taught to be men at an early age around all, and I know you guys, I'll tell you all the time, we've been lied to, and we're still lying to ourselves around the fact that I should be strong. Nothing should show up that affects my demeanor. I should just keep everything together. All that noise, right? Anyway, I'm not here to talk about all that tonight. We've already done that enough. So I just want to just show the process that I went through and then developed, man. And it's just been an amazing journey along the way. For those of you out there who are sick and tired of sick and tired, the weekend's over. This is Sunday evening, and you had one or two things happen in your weekend. One, you had a fantastic weekend, and you're like, hey, Jeff, man, I got this vulnerability thing figured out. I got this humble peace around me now because I understand that it's strength when I can expose myself to what's really going on to the woman that I love, right? I mean, I'm not talking about just doing it to anybody. You got to be careful. I'm not talking about pouring yourself out on people and all dumping on people. None of that. I'm talking about being in a healthy relationship. For anybody just popping in here, a healthy relationship that's built on trust, that's built on unity, that's built on being able to encourage one another in the most difficult times, man. Oh, man. think of so many times in my life before I got this thing figured out where I had opportunities to really show up with integrity, show up honestly in relationships, in a marriage. And I did that for a while, and then I didn't. And I talk about it all the time, and it ended up losing a relationship that I thought would last forever, man. I don't know. I say it, it's true. And a big part of that was standing in my silence. A big part of that was not stepping into my truth. A big part of that was not being strong enough to be weak enough to be strong enough, to show weakness enough to be strong enough. That's it. And it's not really a weakness. It shows the vulnerability piece. That's it that I'm talking about. So if you're not careful, that's where you're headed. If it hasn't already happened to you. Because soon enough, powerful sister or queen is not going to put up with that nonsense too long. She just won't. And if she's already gotten quiet on you, if she's already kind of just taking a deep breath and moving to the other room, settling on some things, you got some real problems coming, fellas. Right? So anyway, man, listen, I just want to say this and then I appreciate everybody that's been showing up. You know, I know sporadically the timing hasn't been like on time every day and we miss people and all that stuff, but we're going to get that all figured out for the month of August. I just want to give you a highlighted preview of just the idea of the mirror moment and how it can help you. And I always encourage you to let us know where you're coming in from. Hey, greetings. This is Taplin. Hey, good to hear from you. And thank you for stopping in and just kind of wrapping it up here with one question. Let me show it to you first, fellas, ladies too, because this applies, man. One thing I found out around this whole vulnerability piece and why it's so powerful and important to really give you something to think about is that two things. One, we've been lied to about vulnerability, and it's because of that, we fail to really incorporate that behavior in our lifestyles. So when we are in a situation where it requires vulnerability, we don't know how to show up. Or if we're practicing vulnerability and still not confident in it, comfortable in it, then we kind of hesitate and then make it worse. The person that we're being vulnerable with doesn't really know how to receive vulnerability, right? I mean, there's 4 different pieces of confusion. And if you've been in that situation before, let me know. Put me in the comments, right? I mean, I'm not criticizing because it's interesting. But the more I talk to people about vulnerability, and I just had a conversation with a dear friend yesterday or the other day around this very subject, and it goes back to awareness. Is he or she experienced in the area of vulnerability? Is he capable or is she capable of receiving it? Are they capable of demonstrating it? And then what happens if they've tried and it hasn't worked? I mean, so those are just 4 points around. So anyway, man, listen. Today, I just want to hit the third part. And if anybody wants some more details on this stuff and spend some special time, you'll have that opportunity. But the first day was about facing the mirror, really owning up what's going on with you, right? Naming the pattern, putting a name on it, not an excuse. But figuring out what the behavior was, what triggered the behavior, really owning that part, not blaming, just the trigger, and then taking a look at how your behavior followed the trigger, right? And the second day was breaking the loop, kind of releasing yourself from that vicious cycle, man. Oh, boy. I know when I was in it, I'm talking vicious cycle, right? And vicious cycle in it, man. So releasing, separating shame from the truth, because I carried a lot of shame around my behaviors. I carried a lot of this, self-loathing feelings around it until I kind of figured out, hey, man, it's okay. You're learning something brand new and you're taking responsibilities and let go of the old script. Oh, man, when we let go of the old, baby, there's room for the new. As long as you hold on to the new or the old, the new has no place, right? And today, building the comeback, talking about the rebuild, man, because you got to tear it down before you can build it up, right? There's only room for one thing at a time, man. And when you're driving, being driven by the insanity of the old loops and the old habits, you're going to get the same result. So anyway, think about the new identity, right? Because the identity is powerful, man. And with boundaries in a daily practice that sticks. So just think about that as I leave you tonight. how would your life be like if you were able to step into a new identity that had boundaries that protected yourself? You shouldn't even, you can't. Yeah. That's really true. I love that. She said you cannot even commit, shouldn't even commit if you can't allow yourself to be vulnerable. Ooh, boy, that commitment and vulnerability, they live on the same street. Right? I mean, those two truly live on the same street. And I love that perspective. Because I mean, those are just basic requirements. So thank you for that. And that's part of what we talk about in depth. How do you first of all, I got to tell you, commitment was not something I was good at for a long time. So if you're struggling with the word commitment, hey, you're in a safe spot, right? This is no judgment zone. But like she said, man, if you're missing that piece, ooh, this is going to be difficult. So I appreciate that. So, well, we can talk about this for a long time, but I just want to say to you tonight, think about what the comment was just made there. And is that you? Are you continuing to try to get into relationships where you're having a commitment problem, right? Because if you're having a commitment problem, that's some real stuff. And trust me, I know I've lived that life too. I've hidden behind fake identities that on the outside everything looked good, but on the inside I didn't really know how to control it. How to, you know, along, right? So building up boundaries would be necessary. It's tapping to yourself. Oftentimes, commitment allow and then I blame on that. I was just not. Yeah, listen, we've got some really coming up. Um, for the right, and there's power. Try out this week. Those of you that are following this